Welcome back to Fastball English. Got another fun one for you today. Drive, drove, and driven. These will have a lot of application today, so it's good we're doing this. Drive, drove, driven. Drive, of course, you know, is our present tense. Drove and driven being our past tense. And driven being special in that it will use an auxiliary verb. And by now you know that these are has, have, or had. Has driven, have driven, had driven. Do not say, I have drove that car. You have not drove that car. You have driven that car, okay? You have driven the car. All right, let's look at some sentences. I drive to work every morning. It's something I do. I drive to work every morning. They drive carefully when it rains. They drive carefully when it rains. Does she like to drive at night? Does she like to drive at night? I drive to work every morning. They drive carefully when it rains. Does she like to drive at night? Drive, drive, drive. All right, let's look at drove. He drove all night to get home. He drove all night to get home. We drove through the mountains last weekend. We drove through the mountains last weekend. She drove her parents to the airport. She drove her parents to the airport. All right, now let's look at our driven. We'll be using an aux verb, so watch out for those. I have never driven, there it is. I have never driven a sports car. I have never driven a sports car. She has driven across the country twice. She has driven across the country twice. And because we use has, we use driven, all right? They had driven for hours before they stopped for food. They had driven for hours before they stopped for food. Good job, guys. Those were fun.